Hey, good day, everybody. Welcome back to our monthly meditation class with Mrs. Chashi Skobac. Always a wonderful class for me. I always find some new way to focus in especially times of stress, and it helps me to decompress and to refocus on what I need to do and keep me calm. And it's just a joy to be with somebody like Chashi Skobac. So on that note, I'm just going to turn the class over to Chashi. Chashi, so good to be with you. We didn't get together in August. I think our last one was late July, but it's been busy, and we've got the high holidays coming up. So I'm going to turn the class over to you, and please take it away.
Okay. Hi, everybody. Yeah, I was not feeling well for a few weeks, so that's why we didn't have a class in August. But thank God I'm better now. So here we are. We're ready for our next meditation class. And I really hope that those of you who come to our meditation class are practicing what we do during the interim weeks, because meditation is something that you have to practice. It's not the easiest thing to do because it all has to do with what we're doing with our mind and our consciousness. So this time we're going to have a meditation around something that God, Hashem, we another name for God is Hashem, meaning the name, told the Jewish people, the Bnei Israel, when they came out of Egypt, when he rescued them from slavery and took them out of Egypt, and they were in the desert. Some of you may know this biblical sequence. And when they were in the desert, they were at Mount Sinai at one point, and God spoke to them on Mount Sinai and sort of introduced himself in a sense, and gave them the Torah, all the teachings, all the stories, all the Bible, basically, that started to give to the Jewish people on Mount Sinai. So at one point after that event, they were in the desert, and God told Moses that he wanted the Jewish people to build a tabernacle, a portable tabernacle, take to different locations. And the purpose of the tabernacle was so that God's presence would dwell among them. God would dwell among the Jewish people in the desert, and you could say God's everywhere. God is omnipresent. Why would God tell the Jewish people to build something that's relatively small and restricted, that so God could dwell among them? God's dwelling among everyone all the time. So it's basically just that in that particular structure, God's was more revealed. God's presence was more intense. It was more tangible and connectable. So that's basically how that structure sort of was a dwelling place for God. It was just that God's presence was more revealed and more intense. So the verse in the Bible, when God was speaking to Moses to tell the Jewish people to build this basically portable tabernacle or portable temple, the verse was in Hebrew, Asuli Mikdash v'shakanti b'tocham. Make me a holy place, and I will dwell among you. Asuli Mikdash v'shakanti b'tocham. Make me a holy place, and I will dwell among you. So some of the sages who study the Bible, or had studied the Bible a long time ago, closer to the time when the Bible was given, they interpret different verses in the Bible in a way that has deeper and multiple meanings on different levels of reality. So the sages said another way that you can interpret this verse is that Asuli Mikdash V'Shatati Pitocham, that God will dwell within you. Make me a holy place, and I will dwell within you. So that makes our bodies like the tabernacle, and God will dwell within each of us if we make him a holy place within us. So what does that mean? How do you make a holy place within you so that you can be aware of God's presence? And as I said before, God's everywhere. God's always without and within. But the idea is to make a place within us so that we can become aware of God dwelling within us. So then we say holy place. What does holy place mean? So the Hebrew word Kodesh, and in this case it's Mikdash, it sort of changes around that word of Kodesh, which means holy, or Kedusha, meaning holy. It means separate. That this place is only for the purpose of making a dwelling place for God and not for anything else. This holy place within us, it does not have anything ordinary, any of our ordinary functioning items in life in this place. It's only a place that's dedicated solely or a dwelling place for God within us. So that is a type of a meditation that anytime we meditate, it relates to this particular idea of making a holy place within us. Now, even in the most common meditation that someone does for relaxation, any meditation that's done almost anywhere has a goal of clearing your mind, closing your eyes, feeling an internal place, an internal space that's separate and away from all the stresses and cares and worries in our ordinary life. Like Dan was just saying, that he looks forward to the meditation because it's a time that you can just relax and focus on something that's away from all the stresses of life. So that relates to the idea of making a holy place within us, because this place within us is to be separate from any of the ordinary cares and worries. If you have something that's been worrying you that you have to do, let's say you're going to a job interview, or you have some schoolwork that you have to do and you didn't finish it yet and you're not sure how you're going to do it, or you got in an argument with someone or something like that, none of that is in this place. If you're thinking that you want to buy a new item of clothing, or you want to order something on Amazon or anything like that, that's not in this place. This place is only solely dedicated for the presence of God to dwell within you. So that is, how do you do that? That's not so easy, because our mind is tricky. It jumps around all the time. And with that, before you know it, it's invaded by regular thoughts, which will take away from this special internal holy place. So we are going to try a couple approaches and see if we can follow this directive that God told the Jewish people, but that can relate to all of us, because all of us can make a holy place within us, that we can sense the presence of Hashem, sense the presence of God. So let's try let's try this out. Let's see how we can start this. And let's start by just getting in our regular meditation positions where we're sitting with our backs straight and our feet are on the floor and our hands are on our laps, palms up or palms down, and our back is straight but not stiff. Our neck is straight in a straight line from our back but not stiff. We're relaxed, but yet we're not slumping. And I want you, I'm going to tell you, not yet, but you're going to close your eyes. And when you close your eyes, you're just going to be aware of what you experience. Just anything that you're experiencing, only about what it's like to experience being sitting here with your eyes closed. Nothing else applies. Your only focus and your only awareness will be, I'm sitting here with my eyes closed. What am I experiencing internally? What am I experiencing internally? So let's do that and sit with this for a couple minutes. And your sole focus is what you are experiencing internally as your eyes are closed. And once you're experiencing, keep that focus and awareness going. Keep it constant. Always focus on it all the time during this exercise. Don't lose your focus. On your internal space. Okay, and when you're ready, you can slowly open your eyes and come back to the room where you're sitting. Dan, does anybody, so my question is to anybody in the possible live listening audience or viewing audience, did anyone want to share? Dan, you can tell me if anybody shares what you experienced when you were sitting there with your eyes closed. Dan? So is anyone responding to that?
Yeah, we have a 30-second lag because of the satellite bounce. So
Okay,
when you say something, that takes 30 seconds for them to hear it.
That's like a lifetime.
It sounds like it, but that's because I use a restream software. So I catch your signal and then I bounce it to the a restream software. Then that bounces it to another satellite. Then that bounces it to YouTube, Facebook, or wherever. It allows me though to broadcast to 10 or more sites at the same time. So it's a useful tool, but the drawback is the lag.
That's okay.
We've only got a few people on both Facebook and YouTube watching at the moment, so Yeah, a couple on Facebook and 4 or 5 on YouTube. Pretty quiet out there, so I did type in a welcome to everybody, and
So
yeah,
no
we've
one's
been
responding yet to my
no
question.
response at all, no replies at all.
Okay, so Dan, I'm going to ask you, what did you experience when you closed your eyes and you were focusing on your internal space?
I'm feeling a lot of pressure. I've been working out hard in the gym, and I did a heavy workout yesterday, and so I'm stiff and sore. And I got a lot upcoming this week, and I got to go back to patrolling tomorrow. And so it's
You're
like,
not
yeah,
supposed to be thinking about that when you're sitting there with your eyes closed on
I
your
was
internal
trying to put
space.
it away. I was trying to put it out of my mind and just and yeah, I've got a bright light above me here in my studio, and so even with my eyes closed, I can see light with my eyelids shut.
Right. Of course.
But
Okay, so Dan, everybody, Dan is sort of like an example of like this the first things he mentioned about all the stuff he has to do tomorrow and everything. He's sort of an example of what not to do. Thank you, Dan. Thank you, Dan. Okay. So we're going to try this again. And this time,
hmm
when you close your eyes, your main focus is going to be just on the fact that you're aware, not that you're aware of any particular thing, but
okay,
just the fact that as you're sitting there with your eyes closed, so you're not really seeing anything except if there's bright lights or something that comes through your eyelids, but you might be seeing dark within you or something like that, something internal like that, something vague. But your main focus is going to be on the fact that you have awareness and that you are aware. And you're aware of, in this case, your experience of your internal space, but your focus is on your awareness. You're that ethereal thing that we can't touch. We can't feel it. We can feel it, but we can't touch it. We can't measure it. We can't weigh it. It doesn't have a color necessarily, just pure awareness, whatever that is. That being alive, awake, aware. So you're going to sit there and you're going to be aware of experiencing your awareness. So get in your meditative seated positions, your back straight, your feet on the floor, hands on your lap, and close your eyes. And be aware that you are aware and enjoy being aware and just focus on that. And when you're ready, you can slowly open your eyes and come back to the room where you're sitting. Now, when I have you just focus on your awareness of being aware. That is a necessary focus in order to prepare this or make this holy place for God's dwelling within you. Because when you are able to sense the presence of Hashem within you, it's because of your awareness, you're the gift that you were given of awareness. You're able to sense things, to experience things, because you're alive and you're awake and you're aware. So, focusing on your awareness and being aware of your awareness fits in very much with making a holy place for Hashem to dwell within you.
I think I
Now,
caught it for a few seconds.
what did you catch, Dan?
That I was just aware of my own awareness.
Okay, that's great. Now, of course, we're doing all this for a purpose. We're doing it now. It can be very relaxing, no denying that. It can be very refreshing and very sort of enlivening. But we're doing it for the main purpose of creating a dwelling place for Hashem to dwell within us, making this holy place. So now, when we do our next little meditative exercise, we are going to include the purpose of our doing this, which we're making a holy place for Hashem to dwell within us. And I may reinforce that purpose by slowly repeating the verse, the biblical verse that I read before. I would read it in Hebrew, but it means, make me a holy place, and I will dwell within you. Usuli mikdash v'shachanti b'tocha. And you can say the verse either in Hebrew or English, even to yourself, if you practice doing this at home, so that you can repeat it to yourself in your own rhythm and pace, and use it in a sense like a mantra, like a repeated phrase to keep your mind focused and to keep your mind on the purpose of what you're doing, that you are creating a holy place for God to dwell within you. You know, when the tabernacle was built, this holy tabernacle for God to dwell among the Jewish people in the desert, it was built with different sections of it. And the holiest section, called the Holy of Holies, or Kodesh Kodeshim, was, in a sense, and that was the place, in a sense, where God revealed his presence in this one area, the Holy of Holies. And it was so exclusive, it was so divine and separate, so holy, that nobody ever went in there. You weren't allowed to go in there except once a year on the holiest day for the Jewish people, called Yom Kippur. Somebody called the Kohen Gadol, one of the Kohanim, one of the priests of the priestly class in the Jewish people. He went in there just once a year, and he couldn't even really go in there unless he had incense burning and like a steam and a smoke, so he couldn't really see that well. But he went in there just once a year. And well, for the purpose of his going in is a sort of a separate topic in itself. But it was so holy that nobody ever went in there except this one day a year. So that shows you how exclusive and how separate a dwelling place for Hashem ideally should really be. And that's the kind of place that we're trying to create within us, a totally separate place for this one purpose. And our awareness and our focus, it's all built in terms of internally within us, with our awareness, our purpose, our focus, and our desire, our motivation to have an internal place for Hashem to dwell within us that we can sense. God's always dwelling within us. That's how, like with our soul, in our soul, that's how we're alive. But for us to sense it, this is the kind of place that internally we have to create. So now we're going to do another meditative exercise where we're including the purpose of our creating this space. So get in your meditative sitting positions with your feet on the floor and your back straight but not stiff, and your neck straight but not stiff. Your hands on your lap. Close your eyes. And you can sense a couple of your breaths, your inhales and your exhales in a relaxed way. And just become aware of your internal space. That you are creating. With your awareness. With your body, because your eyes are shut and you're in a meditative position. But your steady focus and awareness of this internal space that you are creating so that you can sense God dwelling within you. And enjoy having your awareness of this internal space. This holy but relaxing space. That you are creating so God can dwell within you. And a separate space only for God. A special place within you that you're creating only for God. And you sense and experience this internal place within you. And you also can sense your breath and inhale and exhale. Basuli Mikdash, Vishakanti B'Tocham. Basuli Mikdash, Vishakanti B'Tocham. Make me a holy place, and I will dwell within you. Make me a holy place, and I will dwell within you. Make me a holy place, and I will dwell within you. I am making a holy place so God can dwell within me. I'm making a holy place so God can dwell within me. I'm making a holy place so God can dwell within me. And when you're ready, you can slowly, at your own pace, knowing that you can come back to this place when you want to, you're going to slowly open your eyes and at your own pace, come back to the room where you're sitting.
Beautiful.
Do we have any sharing comments from anybody in the
Not at all.
listening? Huh?
Not at
Nothing?
all. Pretty quiet audience tonight.
Okay. So some of you who, okay, before I go on to this next idea, Dan, do you want to share your experience?
Personally, I felt a warming in the heart and was kind of taken back a little bit and had to refocus. But it was relaxing and definitely peaceful and a place I enjoyed being at for sure.
What did you mean by you were taken aback a bit? What were you taken aback by?
Well, I felt warming in the heart, and there was almost like a physical warming, and so yeah, I would kind of almost put my hand on my chest, and you take a breath. Just was unexpected.
Okay. Was it pleasant, unpleasant,
It was I
or
unexpected,
neither?
unexpected, but not alarming. So yeah, it was welcoming, but not overwhelming. Just
Okay.
genuine and peaceful.
Okay, good. So now we're going to do this again. And this time, when you're meditating on your awareness of creating this special internal place for God to dwell within you and to sense the presence of God. So you may want to silently to yourself say something to God, anything that you might want to say, because here you're creating this special internal place for God to dwell within you. And you are creating this space to feel the presence of Hashem, to feel the presence of God. And you can say something to God, not a prayer necessarily that you've read or memorized from a prayer book, but something that's really from your heart, something that's really coming from you, which is actually part of your internal space, your feelings about God, your emotions to God, any questions you have for God, any requests that might come up that you might have for God. So something that will come to you that you will want to say, you can say it right to God, even if you don't necessarily feel any holy presence. Doesn't matter. You can still, you're creating this place, and whatever comes up that you want to say to God, you'll say it to yourself silently. You'll say it silently to God. Or if you want to say it out loud, you can, because I don't think we'll hear it anyway, right, Dan? We're not going to hear it. We don't hear what someone's saying. They're going to say it in their own room, and we won't hear it. So yeah, if you want to say it out loud, you can to God. Okay, so that's our next meditative exercise. So We're going to start again by getting in our meditative positions with your feet on the floor and your back nice and straight. But not stiff. Your neck nice and straight, but not stiff. Your face relaxed. Your hands on your lap. Close your eyes. Be aware of the gentle rhythm of your breath. And just sense this internal space within you, how you experience it. Be aware of how you experience this internal space. It's darker than when your eyes are open, and you're aware of that. And any other awareness you may have of this internal space. And you are doing this. You are creating this internal space with your awareness and your focus and your motivation in order to create this space for God to dwell within you. So as you're breathing, I want you to say to yourself first, with your eyes closed and aware of this internal space, say to God, but say it silently within you. I am creating this space, God, this holy space within me, so you can dwell within me. You're going to say to yourself, I am creating this internal space, God, so you can dwell within me. So you're going to say that a couple times first. And anything else that comes up that you want to say to God, anything. An emotional expression, a question, a complaint, a thank you, Anything you say it to God, say it. You can say it silently or you can say it out loud. And you're saying this to God from this internal space. Keep your focus, your awareness of this internal space that you are creating for God to dwell within you. And when you're ready, you can slowly open your eyes at your own pace, feeling refreshed and awake and relaxed. And aware of what you said to God from this space that you created. Does anybody want to share what they said to God, if it's not too personal, or what they experienced in this last meditative exercise that we just did? Dan, just tell me if there's anybody responding at all. I know it's a 30-second lag.
No, I'm just looking on Facebook. Let's see. No, it's pretty quiet.
How many people are online viewing this?
We've only had about 27 so far, 28. Um, I gotta bear the blame. I mean, been light in my number of broadcasts the last couple of months, and so I think that affects, regular streamers. I mean, oh,
I don't know.
Toshi says shalom. Yeah, I've kind of bunged up my stream on Facebook. It's still streaming clearly, but my control page.
Okay. Well, anyway, this meditation is something that's really important to practice because Jewish meditation, the purpose of all Jewish meditations is to connect to God. It's not just for relaxation. Although that's an important part of it, but it's also to connect with God. And so that's something that is worth practicing and worth doing and worth being aware of. And it's good for clearing your mind and getting away from the ordinary stresses, which we all need to do, and to just connect to the essence, connect to the core of life, which is the creator, which is Hashem. So since we're Hashem's creatures and we're Hashem's creations, it's very, very important to connect to our source, to our creator. And this is a very good way to do it. So it's important not to neglect that and to do it from time to time. So if there's no questions and no one is sharing at the moment, anybody that has a question between now and the next class, they can always contact me. Just tell Dan, and Dan will forward the question or comment, whatever you would want to communicate with me. Just send it to Dan, and then Dan will forward it. So the holiday of Rosh Hashanah is coming up. That's everybody's New Year. Everybody's New Year. It says these are our holy sources say that we consider Rosh Hashanah to be the day when man was created. And since we're all part of the human race, it's sort of like a birthday for us. And it's a good time to reflect on where we are compared to where were last year and where we're going, to kind of do a self-evaluation and in preparation for this special day, in preparation for Rosh Hashanah. Rosh Hashanah meaning the Rosh, the head of the year, the beginning of the year. So I want to wish everybody a wonderful Rosh Hashanah, wonderful birthday coming up in a sense, and a self-renewal and a time of self-reflection. And maybe the next time we get together, we'll do a meditation based on Rosh Hashanah and the ideas with Rosh Hashanah, because I know we did that last year. And it's always good to do it again with probably a variation of how we're going to do it.
Excellent. Well, this meditation tonight is very, very meaningful for me, and one I would love to keep putting into practice more and more and develop a habit of using it. And I think it quite useful, definitely for myself. And so thank you for tonight's class, Chashi, so much. And
my pleasure.
Wish you and your household great blessings this Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur coming up fast. So please let me know when you want to do another class, and we'll go from there. So I hope that tickle in your throat, you can still tell it's still fighting to hang
Yeah,
in
it's
there.
still
But
there. You know, it seemed to have gone away totally, and now just today and yesterday, it's sort of coming back again. I'm not exactly sure why, but it's there. But not as bad as it was, that's for sure. Not nearly as bad. Anyway,
you
Rosh
get
Hashanah blessings, Happy New Year blessings to everybody and to the whole world. And the world, we hope that we have a better world this coming year than we've had the past years. So that we're
sure.
moving towards a time of redemption.
For
So
sure.
have a good Rosh Hashanah, everybody. Good Happy New Year.
All right. Till
Okay,
next
Dan,
time.
thank you for, as always, thank you for broadcasting this
All right.
and all
Blessings.
your work.
And you as well. Thank you for sharing your wisdom and knowledge with us. All right. Till next time, folks. Have a wonderful, wonderful week. And Rosh Hashanah is coming. So put this into practice and do an accounting of your soul before Hashem. And may you be blessed for good things in the upcoming year. So until our next class, have a wonderful, wonderful week. Bye for now.